You gotta stick around for this video to see what we got.
These brothers my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta roll with ice. These brothers my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta roll with ice.
What's up, guys? It's Paul with Spheric Reptiles, and today we come to you with some very, very great news. It's our second clutch of the season, and I was at the point where I was like, no. Okay, so an ovulation shed, then the pre-lay shed, and I'm seeing it, but you just never know with these animals because, as with nature, everything is totally unpredictable. So this is our second clutch, of course, and this female laid exactly 45 days after her pre-lay shed. And I've been checking the temperatures and everything, but without getting into anything else, yeah, we'll just get right into it. I messed this up the last time where I didn't get photos of the actual process where I had them in there and I was editing them and, I deleted them. So I did get photos, but I just didn't get to capture the video. But we see that this is our female head clown girl. Her name is Medusa, and I'm going to try to get her off. It looks like she's completely empty, but I'm going to move her and put her on into something else. See if I can keep from getting bit. If I can just unwrap her. Trying to watch the eggs and make sure that she's not crushing any. All right. Looks like she might still have some eggs in her. She's not completely empty. Try to keep from getting bit. Don't want her to be egg bound. In the meantime, it doesn't look like she's completely empty. So I'll put her back over here and I will try to see where these eggs are. That one's really soft, so I don't know if that one's not going to make it or not, but I would definitely candle them for right now. Let me put her back up and I'll get her another little checkup later. Here's some big eggs as well. So I'm gonna turn off the lights and candle them and see what we got. Turn off this light too. See where the embryo is and make sure I don't roll it too much. This egg is good. It has good veins. Mark the top. Veins in this one. Veins in this one. Veins in that one. Yeah, I don't know if this one is a good one or not. I'll just mark the top. It looks like it's infertile. Veins in this one. We got some veins in that one. So right now it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and maybe one bad. I'll put it in the incubator just in case while we're waiting. Let me turn the lights back on. Yeah, it's so early in the morning. I woke up and I was just kind of like, let me check. And when I checked, I saw that, okay, well, she did have some eggs. And, the good thing is I already have boxes set up with straws in them and everything else. And let's see how we can do this fit. I'm gonna try to fit everything on the same screen. Our egg box setup is the same one that Matt Ship uses from American Made Exotics. Looked at a lot of different videos to see how it would work, right? And just make sure that it will be something that would help the eggs as well. And the number one thing I found in doing the research is the moisture. You got to make sure that you maintain moisture. So I have this and I'll do a separate video on it, just on how to set this egg box up. And if you'd like, you can request for our operations manual, and it's one in there. that it fully explains this whole thing and how we got to this point is also put a little bit more. So I'm just filling this up until it is about a ½ inch away from the eggs. And it's all just distilled water that I've kept in the incubator for the entire time while it was getting acclimated. So now I'll try to put these eggs over here. These are so big, I might only be able to put one. And I'll try to keep these upright. All right, that's 2. And to keep these from moving, I just put straws in the sides of them, just to keep them from rocking back and forth. Keep them in there snuggly. That's 2. These are some really big eggs. Looks like I'm only going to be able to get 4 in here. I'll just put another straw in there. And this keeps them from rocking back and forth. So that's 1. I mean, I don't want to overly overcrowd them, right? But I do kind of keep them like that. And I'll cover that one up and get another box out. I keep all of these incubator boxes inside of my incubator so they're kind of warm as well. So here we go. I will separate those lightly. And this one, seems like, yeah, this one's not good. I'm gonna recheck that one. Okay, that one's no good. So this one's completely soft. It just feels like all yolk. It has no veins in it, side of it whatsoever. So that one's not fertilized. The other ones are, of course. I've already checked them once for veins, and they have veins running all the way through them. So that's what we got for now. I'm going to stabilize these, and then I'll start checking on our female to see if the other eggs are going to come out or if she's egg bound. But that'll be something that I've dealt with before in other species, and I guess with other keepers in the past. But for now, this is something that's new for me here, so I'll definitely have to research that a lot more. Let me add the water to it. So I already got the eggs now. I'll add them to the back. I mean, for the course of the incubation, 1 bottle of water should be good, but I always try to put 2 or so in there just to be safe. You just don't want the water touching the eggs. But this will also help to maintain the amount of humidity that they need. But I'm just so excited. These were, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, this was a Batman to a het clown female. So we're trying to make some spot-nosed clowns, some Batman clowns, or spot-nosed leopard clowns. We might end up with some just regular clowns and also leopard clowns in this clutch. So I checked the water level. It's about a ½ inch. So now I can put these in. As I said, guys, I'm really excited about this clutch. So I'm going to check on Medusa, our head clown female, to see if she is egg bound, because it looked like she did still have a couple of lumps inside of her. Hey, if I can't get them out, straight to the vet to see if we can get those removed so that we can actually keep her alive and going. As you see, I gave her a little bit more time after I removed the first eggs so that she could finish out her labor process. So now it looks like she might be completely done. I'm going to try to remove these eggs without her. She's moving them a lot. But either way, I can see here that she's completely done laying eggs. I can see that she's really flaccid right now. You see how much weight she's lost throughout her body, but I'll get her washed up and see what we can do for her. It's just part of it, right? So as I put the lid on here, just to keep her from being so stressed out, I'm going to sit her to the side, and then I'll candle these eggs and see if they're viable or not, if they've been fertilized. A lot of the times when you have eggs, and I just got the eggs on the screen, but a lot of the times when you just have a lot of clutches, from the research that I've done, because this isn't something that I just jumped into, guys. I've actually consulted with a lot of different breeders to get their take on things and to see just where we go. But large clutches sometimes don't get fertilized, so that's why it's important, I think, to have an ultrasound if you can afford it, so that way you can get multiple copulations, and of course the snake will actually store up the sperm and deposit or distribute that sperm over the eggs once the eggs get to the size to where they need to for the ovulation, pretty much. So it's really unusual to talk like that, but in the reptile species, unlike the humans, they can actually store sperm. So I'm going to go ahead and kill this light and candle these so that we can see what we got here. See if they're viable. That one's a viable egg. I can't really turn this anyway, and I'm using a red Sharpie this time instead of a blue, so that way I know the difference. That one looks good. And let's see what this one looks like. And this one looks good. So, man, this was a huge clutch. So she had 10 eggs. Let me turn the lights back on. She had 10 eggs, and then there was one slug that was unfertilized, which I already got rid of that. And so that's why a lot of people will have animals that eat eggs, like monitor lizards or something like that, because that way, even though it was an unfertilized egg, you don't want it to go to waste. So, it's a natural thing. So I do have the previous egg box already set up. And what I will do is go ahead and pull that out and, put this in with those other two as I'm sliding things around in the snake room. Our snake room isn't very big, guys. So, it is what it is, right? So I'll carefully get that out. From the previous video, I forgot to put the press and seal on top, but as you see, I got the press and seal back on top on this one, and I cut some more straws as well. So she had a 10 egg clutch because it's 4 eggs in the other one, and it's 5 going into this one. So yeah, so I had to get my math right. So she had a 10 egg clutch with 1 bad, so we have 9 eggs going into the incubator. I'll just be careful with these, and I marked these in blue so that I could note what they were. And I'll use these straws. And if you guys haven't checked him out, check out Matt Ship, man, because he has a lot of insightful information for reptile hobbyists, and even testing your animals for needle virus and other bad things. He has a lot of information on that. So I got my thing of straws now. When I woke up this morning, I kind of had a hard time getting my bearings when I saw the snake had laid, when Medusa had laid. It just kind of caught me by surprise. Let me pull this apart. Scoot this over so you guys can see again. I don't know how much it plays into how you situate the eggs, but I try to situate them the way that they were sitting when she was on top of them. And I think that they pretty much roll or fall to a spot where they would naturally sit, right? So I have these all in there. And of course I use these straws, which I'm going to do a video on this separately so that you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. To sit these on, I'll fully explain the egg box setup that I'm using, because you can use vermiculite or something like that, but I just choose to go this route because it seems like if moisture is what we're going after and humidity, why would I want to play around with some kind of substrate when I could just use water? Water is a great medium. But as you see here, we got 5 eggs in this one. We got 4 in the other one. So I'm so thankful for the Batman and the Head Clown being able to do this. You know, I'm just so thankful that Medusa did this for us and she was able to do her part. So now it's my job to do my part. And so I'll cover this up and do the best job I can do in providing the incubation temperatures and everything else that I can to make sure that these babies hatch and live long, I'm not going to say productive lives, but long, healthy lives. I don't know if a snake can be productive or not. They eat rats, so evidently they can be productive, right? So I'll close this up. And the last thing I'll do is I'll fill out this clutch card with all the information on there and things that I can note so that as we move forward with this animal or the dam or the sire, we can continue to track them and, you know, just kind of note how many clutches they lay for each year, when do we pair them and all those other things. And hopefully that's something that can benefit you guys as well. But I'm so super excited. Man, like I said before, I'm so super excited. This is only our 2nd clutch. I mean, I know I've been keeping reptiles for a while, but I never thought about breeding them. So please let me know what you think about this, guys. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. This channel is just made for people that are not experts, but willing to do what we have to do or what we can do to help our animals live better lives. And in the process, get them to reproduce some things if they feel like it, you know. So it's not up to us, it's up to them. But thank you so much for tuning into this video. We really appreciate every comment that we get. Everyone who chooses to use our information to add to their information. It's just a benefit to the whole reptile community. So if nothing else, guys, thank you. Enjoy the time that you spend with your reptiles, and please enjoy the time that you have with your family.